In this video, I'm going to go through two different ways of testing GIL Express, and the first way we're going to do is as if we were a user at another library and we wanted to log in and place a GIL Express request. And so we're going to be using Middle Georgia State, and we're going to log in as one of their patrons and place a request for a book at Gordon. And so Sean sent out passwords that we can use to test GIL Express this way. And the password for each account is going to be Primo Test 1. And you can use either the Student Primo Test or Faculty Primo Test username. And you can find the Primo pages for each institution by clicking on this link here. That is going to take you to this page, and these are the Primo environments for the different institutions. And the one that seems to work best that I've found is the Middle Georgia State University one. If you just place your pointer over the URL, you'll see a tooltip pop up, and you can click on the link in the pop-up, and that will open up their catalog. And so what we're going to do first is we will change the search to University System of Georgia, and we're just going to put in the title of a book. So we're going to try to borrow the one that is the 1984 edition by Frank Whitford, and you'll want to click Get It, and you'll see that Middle Georgia State University does not have that, but if you click More Libraries, you'll see a list of the different institutions that have this title, and also it will tell you whether or not it's available, and that'll be indicated by a green dot or the word available. So if we want to borrow from Gordon State, we're going to click Gordon State, and you'll see it's loanable, but there is no request link. You'll have to sign in to be able to request the book, so we'll click where it says sign in for more options. And the way Sean set it up, you have to click MGA Community Borrowers. If you were doing this when the environment is live, then obviously if you were a student or a faculty member at Middle Georgia, you would be clicking where it says Students and Faculty. But just for us to be able to test it out, we're going to be clicking on Community Borrowers. And the username is Student Primo Test, and the password is Primo Test 1 with a capital P. So now that we're logged in, what we'll be able to do is click where it says More Libraries, and you have to select Gordon State College again. And now you'll see that when the record pops up, it will tell you that there's one copy and one copy is available. And you'll see that our policy for this is the 28-day loan GIL Express. And so what we'll do to be able to request it is click on the link here that says Request. The only fields that you have to fill in would be the pickup institution and the pickup library. And you'll see that it is already filled in for us. But for example, if you wanted to pick this up at another institution, then you would just select that institution And if they have multiple libraries, then you would select the library here. And we want to pick it up at Gordon, so we're going to select Gordon. Dorothy Hightower is the only library that we have that has a circulation desk where people can check books out, so that's why you don't see Gillibo here. And then we're going to go ahead and place a request by clicking the orange request button. And you'll get a message saying request placed, and it'll tell you that your place in the queue is 0. And that is Alma's way of telling you that there's nobody ahead of you in the queue. So you are the only person that is waiting for this book right now. And you can go up to the top here and click My Account, the My Account link, and you'll be able to see all of your active loans. And so remember, in this example, we're a patron at Middle Georgia, so it defaults to your institution, and that's why you see Middle Georgia State University loans. And so this particular patron doesn't have anything checked out right now. To be able to see your requests from other institutions, you need to know the name of the institution that you requested something from. So we just requested something from Gordon State, and we're going to select Gordon State. And you'll see that we have one request. If we click the request link, that will display the book that we just placed a request for, and you'll see the status is in process. If you click on the title, it'll tell you the date that you placed the request, and once the staff at the other library have scanned it in and put it in the bag for the courier, then where it says hold status, instead of saying in process, it'll say in transit, and let the patron know that the book is on the way. So you can test the GIL Express functionality for Gordon patrons by going to Gordon's Primo environment. And our Primo environment is located at this URL. There is a link on our LibGuide page with this Primo environment, and it's located right here, so you can click on this link under where it says Alma GIL links, and it's on the Alma links tab. So this is our Primo test environment. And to test out the GIL Express, you're going to need to sign in with your Gordon username and your password. So let's begin. And here we are at the Gordon GIL Find page. And what we're going to do is, we did not find a book at Gordon, so we're going to be placing a request through the University System of Georgia. And we'll look for the book All the Wares of Pern. This, where you see it says multiple versions found, apparently this is going to be some functionality that's going away. This is something to do with Fibber, and the OPAC committee decided that we didn't want Primo to display the message multiple versions found. Basically, when you click that, you've got several different versions of the item. So you can see here that there's a 1992 and there's also a 1991 version of this book. So if we want to borrow the 1991 edition, we can click on the Get It link, and you'll see that this item is not held at Gordon State. If you click on More Libraries, you'll see a list of, and let me see if I can move this up, you'll see a list of the different institutions that hold the item and whether they're available. So South Georgia State College's copy is currently checked out, so we'll borrow it from University of Georgia. And like we saw before, you'll see here that the item is loanable, but there is no request option. That's because you have to sign in first, and we'll do that now. Now, since I'm a patron here, I'm going to click where it says Students and Faculty, and then I'll log in with my username and password. And now I'll be able to click the More Libraries link, and place my request. And we'll see that the loan policy is the 28-day loan GIL Express. And we just have to click on the request link. And we'll, again, the two required fields are pickup institution and pickup library. So we'll have to change the pickup institution to be Gordon. And the pickup library is Dorothy Hightower. Now, on this drop-down, you do see a location for Gillebo Hall repository, and that's going to have to be removed because we don't, that is not a pickup location for us. So I'm going to select Hightower, and then I'll click the request button. And we'll see again that the request was placed and that there's nobody ahead of me because I see it says place in queue is 0. I can go up to my account and I'll be able to see all the books that I currently have checked out on my account, because remember, it defaults to your institution. So these are all books that I checked out from Hightower. But if I want to see the items that I requested from University of Georgia, I have to click this link here, University of Georgia, and then I'll see I placed one request, and that was for All the Weirs of Pern. And again, I see it's in process. At this point, I may decide that I don't need the book anymore. I went to Books A Million and I purchased it. And so I can go ahead and cancel that request by clicking the cancel link. You'll get a pop-up that says, are you sure you want to cancel the request? And you can click OK. And that will cancel your request for All the Weirs of Pern. And that way it'll disappear from the task list of the staff member at University of Georgia who would have been handling their GIL Express requests. And so we see that changed our requests to 0 and removed that request from our account. The only other thing I can think to mention is that the policy is that GIL Express material has a 28-day loan period, and they also have 2 online renewals that are allowed, and they did configure it to be automatic. So if the patron doesn't return the material, the way they have it set up right now is it's just going to automatically renew the items for them. But the patron still can log into their account and renew the materials ahead of time if they want to. So that's something that they have just configured. So if they don't do that, then the material is going to be automatically renewed for them.